There we go. Okay, we want to say good morning to everyone. Thank you so much for attending our post-award vendor meeting. This is the Jefferson County Commission. Dr. Michael Matthews, purchasing agent with the Jefferson County Commission. And the purpose of this post-award meeting is one, to first and foremost congratulate each and every one of you who are here, who have tried to get business and were successful in doing so with regard to establishing a relationship with us so that we can move forward and serve the citizens of Jefferson County. So congratulate you. We congratulate you on that. And do me a favor, chat and see what Charles wants. But we are going to move forward. There should have been several documents that you should have received when you got your invite. I pray that you have those documents in front of you. And if you do not have a document that is that I go by in this particular session, we will email it to you, and we will go from there. But I'm going off of, first of all, our main document this morning is this post-award vendor meeting agenda. I'll be going off of these terms and conditions, going over each element that is on this document. So this will be our main document. I will be making references to other documents that you received in your packet. Okay. But our awarded vendors are listed. Once again, congratulate each and every one of you. But we do have expectations that we need to make you aware of as vendors for Jefferson County. We want the best for Jefferson County as well as our Purchasing Association of Central Alabama members. And this is going to identify what those are. So the first thing we want to talk about is customer service. We do expect 110% customer satisfaction. You know, that is, of course, a lofty goal. And for those of you who are have been vendors with us for some time, like Mr. Rogers, you guys know exactly what to do and what to expect. And we want you to continue to know that we try to resolve issues as quickly as possible. And I am one where if you even know of a problem that is coming about, just communicate with us and let us know what that is. Because the best thing for us to be is on the same page. When we're on the same page, then even if we get a problem that comes in or a complaint that comes in, we can say that the vendor's working on it. Don't worry about it. Everything is going to be okay. So if you communicate with us in advance and let us know, hey, we think that we may have a problem coming down the pipe, then we can kind of get out ahead of it. Sometimes we can even issue a notice to let them know that, for example, if one of your delivery trucks get a flat tire or something like that, or if you know you're going to have a long supply chain delivery delay, it's best for us to get out in front of it and do what many in politics call damage control. Let us get out in front of it and find out how we're going to resolve the issue. We do want issues resolved within 24 to 48 hours. And where we can, we will try to reach out to the PACA members to have either face-to-face Teams meeting or phone calls. Miss Mitchell, wave your hand, Miss Mitchell. Miss Mitchell is our liaison. She works with me to make sure that all of the PACA members have the information that is needed. Miss Wanda Harville is also, she works for Miss Mitchell, and they are very, very good at communicating with the PACA members. So if you make sure that they know about something, they will get with me, and then we will form a strategy to make sure that everything is taken care of or addressed as much as possible. Okay, Ms. Mitchell, do you have anything you want to add to that part of it with regard to customer service and satisfaction?
No, not at this time.
Okay, ethical code of conduct. I want you to read that. I'm not going to read it to you, but we want to make sure that everything is done above board. Do not put our departments or do not put our PACA partners in a situation where they're their ethics are compromised. For example, we would all love to have, you know, seats at the Alabama football game. However, this is not one of the things that you should be sharing with them if you've got tickets and things like that. It's one of those things my dad used to tell me, it's good to keep honest people honest. But if you wave the temptation out there with gifts and things like that, even an honest person has a day when they're not on top of their game with regard to their ethics. So make sure that you know if you're servicing a PACA partner or if you're servicing Jefferson County Department proper, know what their gift policies are, because we do want to acknowledge, you know, your good customers. I know around Christmas time or something like that, you guys may give out cookies and things like that. Here at the Jefferson County Commission, if you guys send a gift here, we have to make it available, you know, to everyone, but individuals are not supposed to accept gifts, okay? Okay, any questions in that area? Okay. When it comes to partner complaints, once again, that goes back to our customer satisfaction requirement. We do want to get out ahead of it and try to minimize the negative effect on our PACA members or on our departments as much as possible. Therein lies the 48-hour requirement that we want you to operate within. Beyond this time frame, the PACA team should be notified with a resolution. We want to know that you have an answer to the problem. It's one thing, even with my staff here, when they come to me with a problem, I'll also ask, what are you going to do about it? Give me some suggestions on how this can be best resolved. We consider all of you to be the experts in your field. So we are looking for you to be competent when it comes to resolving problems. Anyone have any questions there?
Nope.
Okay. With regard to events, this is, even though it only has one sentence, this is a very, very important area. When we talk about hosting events, we are moving what I believe to be into a post-pandemic arena. Of course, we're still dealing with COVID infections and things like that, but there's a vaccine out there. We're trying to move into what I refer to as a new normal. And I love events. I love events. We're going to try to get back on board with doing our annual PACA vendor meeting. And I know Ms. Mitchell is really excited about that because it's a lot of work for her. But we are not there yet where we can do it. But our goal is to do like we did the last time and have it out at a civic center where we have all of the vendors come out and have their booths available so the PACA partners can come and see what kind of products that you have. Now, with that said, I don't want that to be the only event that we are able to sponsor. There may be times when you guys can do what is referred to as an open house. If you have an opportunity to do an open house where you can invite the PACA partners and the Jefferson County departments out so they can see your machines, because some of you have equipment and things that cannot be moved, and it's best for us to come to where you are. I'm for that, but what we have to do is you have to do your flyers and coordinate with Miss Mitchell so all of that can take place. So if they want to come out to you want them to come out to your warehouse, do a walkthrough, and it may be a situation where you may have to do that with these those special people. People that you're trying to win over, because some people may know about your product, some people may not. That may be something that needs to be done. So we are open to that. We just need an advance notice. Ms. Mitchell, how much of an advance notice is generally needed for something like that? We need like maybe a month or 2 months or so we can put it in the newsletter or something.
Probably a month to 6 weeks, just to give them time to make plans, get it on their calendar to be able to attend. So if you schedule it, at least a month out, maybe 6 weeks, then they can plan to attend whoever the contact person is for that account.
Yeah, and the earlier the better, because especially if we can get something like this in our newsletter, that will really help them to plan. Those that are in schools, and have you guys dealt with schools before?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you know the school calendar can be very crazy, and it takes them a minute to be able to plan for something. And some of these people are driving long distances, so they have to plan for that and make sure that they get approval to come on these trips and everything. So we want to make sure that we give them as much notice as possible so they don't miss out. And I believe that education is always a positive. Even though sometimes that education could be used for negative purposes, education is always positive. And with that said, one of the things that we also do is we have product webinars where you guys will be able to schedule a Teams webinar where you will be able to come on the Teams meeting just like this one and be able to talk about your products. And we ask that you submit your PowerPoints in advance so that we can review them and make sure that everything is copacetic with that. But this is an opportunity for all of the PACA partners that cannot physically come to your place. They can all come on board these Teams meetings, and you can go ahead and field questions, tell them about your product. You can show them pictures of your facility, all of that. So we want to take this opportunity during this season to take full advantage of technology. So if you do an open house and now everybody can't come, that's fine. We're still going to do the product webinar, so you can have a special team meeting. And those team meetings, those product webinars are dedicated just for you. You will be the only vendor on there. It'll be you and all of the PACA members, and that's it. I don't let your competitors come on board. I don't let anybody else come on board. That is your time to get face to face as much as possible with the PACA members so they can have some. And then those are also recorded meetings that are put on our YouTube channel. So if they can't attend during the time frame that it goes live, they can also come back and watch the video later on. Okay, so Miss Mitchell, if you will work to get some scheduled. I don't know if Mr. Rogers, I don't know if you want, I would love for you to do one because I don't think you've ever done one. We just started this last year. So a lot of people, they don't understand how the leasing works. And so it would be an opportunity for you to come on board and explain how all of that works. So what are your thoughts on that?
I would be happy to do that. That's not a problem. I mean,
Yeah.
A lot of them have questions at the time, and yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to.
Yeah, and I know you've been a good teacher for me over the years. I've learned a lot from you, and I would like for you to have that stage to be able to pass that along, especially because we have so many new PACA partners.
Yes, yes.
So,
In fact, the school districts are the ones with the most questions anyway. So yeah, I'd love to do that.
okay, and that goes for each and every one of you. I would like to have every one of you schedule one of these. And like I said, you may not be able to get out of the office, but it's a perfect time to have that technical platform to be able to get them to be able to meet you. And, even though we've gotten away from it, I'm pretty old school. I like handshakes and I like seeing people face to face so I can look them in the eye. And so this is an opportunity for you to kind of do that, even though it's still at a distance. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions on that? But if you want to, we do it. How are we doing? The first come, first serve still, right?
Yes, sir. They're done on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. So once you send your information in, then we schedule you for the first available Tuesday to present to the PACA members.
Yeah. So the sooner you get your PowerPoint presentation to her, the faster you will get scheduled, right? In a nutshell?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good deal. Okay, marketing materials. This perfect segue into marketing materials. Any marketing materials that go out to the PACA members relative to the bids that you've been awarded, we have to review those first. So send that information to us, and we will review it. And it has to be limited to the products that you have been awarded. Okay. anything that is introduced that is new, you need to bring that to the buyer and to us so we can kind of look at it and see if it can be added, if the bid allows for it to be added or not. And I will take this opportunity to talk about the audits that are that we're subject to by the state, and going forward, we want to make sure that that's a line item on this. Ms. Mitchell, we'll talk about the state audits. You know, our bids do get audited, and everyone is not happy about the purchasing cooperative that's available, and sometimes those bids are looked at with a lot of scrutiny. Our goal is to make sure that all of our audits or all of our bids are able to pass audit, and if they don't, we take them down and we do whatever we have to do to get it right. So we do a lot of activities on the front end to try to plan to make sure that everything is above board with the bid law. Okay. So anyone have any questions on that?
Can I say something back to the marketing material? If
Okay.
you have any kind of changes to say, maybe a product number change, something's being discontinued, you have a special, whatever, you can send that flyer to Wanda Harville or myself, Regina Mitchell, and we can send it out as a blast to all of the PACA members so they're all updated with the information at the same time.
And this includes any supply chain issues and things like that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So that leads us to the next one, which is PACA contact information. We do not share the PACA information, specific contact information. We'll give you a list of the PACA partners. It's up to you to reach out to them. We will do everything we can to put your information in their hands so they can reach out to you. But we try to not give out their information. We've received some challenges in the past with that because sometimes vendors will come on during unscheduled times, and that can be irritating to the PACA partners. So we will do everything we can to get your information in their hands, and we do a pretty good job of it. I have two of the best people in the business with regard to Regina Mitchell and Wanda Harville at disseminating the information to put things in the PACA partners' hands. So we will get it to them and prepare. We want to be able to prepare and lead the way for you to have a smooth introduction. But if you go in there cold and they don't know you're coming, then it sometimes presents a problem. But with regard to the PACA webinars as a form of introduction, the newsletters, shout outs as a form of introductions, even if you want us to do a vendor spotlight on you and what you're trying to accomplish for the PACA members, we can do a special vendor spotlight in our newsletter, which may be something that you guys may want to do. So we've got some options. Sometimes we have to get real creative in our thinking so we can get them educated and get them on board with using your bid. So
can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
The only other contact information that we have entities that join as new members, if they show interest in wanting to use your bid, we will send information to you, and we let them know within 48 hours. You'll contact them to get them set up for their deliveries and explain to them about invoicing and so forth.
Okay, good deal. All right, with regard to usage report requirements, we do require usage information. We do want you to share usage information, both with those who are PACA partners that use it and those who are non-PACA partners who are using it. Because a lot of times, once that bid gets out there, Mr. Rogers will tell you, the bid becomes very attractive to people who are not members. If you've got a good product at a good price, they're going to want it. And the word is going to get out that you have a wonderful product, and they're going to want to know how did they buy it, and they're going to say, hey, we bought it off this bid, and they're going to call you, but they need to be members of PACA in order to partake in the PACA pricing. Okay, so we do want to, and it's best for us to find out early on. Don't let us find out on the back end on the usage report that you've been selling to someone under the PACA pricing when we ask you for the usage report. If someone inquires, let us know early on so we can get them on board. And Mr. Rogers has done a wonderful job at letting people know as soon as he finds out, as soon as he finds out, he's on the horn to us, letting them know that, hey, this is how you do it, so they can get plugged in, and we'll plug them in as fast as possible. We do, because we are a government entity, you know, the wheels move a little bit slower with regard to government. You know, we don't move at the speed of business all the time. So it does take about a month or so to get a PACA partner on board, because we have to get them the membership dues that they have to be assessed. And then the agreement has to be signed by them, and the agreement also has to be executed by the county commission. So there are several steps that are involved in it. I guess it takes about a month, between 2 weeks and a month, right, Ms. Mitchell?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so it does. So the sooner you can tell us, the better off. We can get them in the faster, we can get them plugged in a part of the PACA family. Okay, the usage reports, we need those in Excel. Well, I know some of your software systems are great and wonderful and spit out nice reports, but they're not usable to us in any other format except for Excel. And we do require those at least every year, but they are also upon request. So we may come at you 3 months from now and say, hey, we need a quick usage report, because we may be looking at something that's going on internally that we're trying to work out. So sometimes the commissioners will ask us questions, and also I may ask you this just because I'm interested to know how effective are we with regard to communicating your bid, and are the PACA partners using your bid? I do not want to award contracts that are not being used. And I'm very adamant about that, because if you are not being successful, I've worked not just on the government side, but I've been on the manufacturing side, I've been on the service end of it. And if we had a bid that didn't make us any money, it was really a cost. It turned out to be an extra cost. And I know it costs you guys money to take time. Even with you on this call right now, it's costing you money to be here, because Mr. Rogers, he's not out there pushing his product. He's sitting here listening to my wonderful speech. So everything costs money. So if I reach out to you and I see that there's no usage, I'm going to be very concerned, and we're going to have to take steps to find out why are the PACA partners, or why is the Jefferson County departments not using your bid. So you may have to, then we will really start getting aggressive with regard to having you go out and make appointments to go see people to explain, because something has happened where a gap has happened, where they are either not educated, they don't know, or they haven't seen your lovely face. Something has happened where they're not using your bid, and we don't want you to go into your sales meeting and have to report to your superior saying, hey, we didn't do well on this PACA product or this PACA bid, but we spent all of this money putting this bid together, putting things in place, getting everybody ready, and then all of a sudden nothing happens. It's almost like, I don't know if you guys have ever had fireworks on the 4th of July or a New Year's, and you light it and it doesn't do anything. How depressing is that when you spend all the money on the fireworks and then you light it and then it doesn't do anything? And so that's the way I look at that. Okay. Anybody have any questions on that?
No, Michael, let me tell you, the first contract we did with PACA over 3 years, the equipment revenue that we financed was right under $500,000 over a 3-year period. The second time we won the bid for the second 3 years, which was this past 3 years, we did in equipment finance revenue almost right at $1 million. So we went from under $500,000 to right at $1 million on 3 years.
Awesome.
So I'm looking, these next 3 years is probably going to be, I'm hoping the trend will continue.
Right.
And maybe we'll get to 1.5. So that's what we're looking at anyway. So just so you know.
Awesome.
We've
Awesome.
that kind of growth at American Pipe as well. The numbers may be a little smaller, but that percentage wise, we've seen that kind of growth in a 5-6 year period. So,
That's
you
great.
know, we're really happy to, guys.
That's awesome. And we're not opposed to every now and then, now that the pandemic is kind of softened a bit, you know, we're going to be making some physical trips out there because we need to show our face too at some of these PACA partners that are distant at distant locations and actually allow them to see us physically. So those are some of the things that we really want to do, and we oftentimes will see if we can do some vendor meetings where we actually come on your premises and do what's called a site visit. And so we may want to be able to do that. So those are some things that we want to do here in the near future. Okay. Okay. The extra documents that I have are relative to our operations. There's two other documents. One, the first one I want to do is the purchasing narrative. I wanted everyone to know how we do business here at the county, what our processes are, and I want you, if you have any questions on that document, please let me know. It's voluminous, and every time I touch it, I have this magical power where every time I touch a document, it tends to get longer. So I try not to touch it as often, but I do find things that I need to add to it to make it more explanatory. And I want to make sure that that's done. But these are our processes. And the main thing in that I want you to get out of it is our CFO, Angela Dixon, is very adamant about prompt pay. If you have a situation where your POs, especially here at the county, we don't have any control over the PACA partners and how they submit their purchase orders. We don't have any control over that. So we can't help you there. But if you're doing business with the departments here at the Jefferson County Commission, such as youth detention or you're in, and you're having difficulty getting paid, we need to know that not a year from now. We need to know it if we start going over 30 days or so. We really want to know that in advance. Now, Mr. Rogers, he tries to work with with everybody, and he's wonderful at that. But you know, we want you to do the same. But also, if we get behind on our bills, let us know, because there's no money shortage that I know of right now. We want to be able to pay you guys when you submit your bills. And if there's any problems with regard to purchase order numbers and things like that, we want to find that out then, because we don't want to have an accounts receivable issue on your end, because that doesn't help you at all when you don't get your money on time, right? So that last document, where it's talking about the authorized vendors. This is important because the Jefferson County Commission, we have what is referred to as a centralized purchasing process, where we have a centralized purchasing staff. And that's this document right here, this couple page document, and it lists it's on the county letterhead, and it lists the authorized buyers who are on staff here that can cut POs. Be careful about getting phone calls with someone from the Jefferson County Commission without a purchase order. These are the people that you call to confirm that an order is really valid. We have had some where fraudulent purchase orders have been issued. They're just trying to get it done because they just want to get it done. And if they can get you to do it, they will get you to do it, and we will not know about it until you submit a bill to us, 3 or 4 months later, saying, hey, you're getting ready to stop our account or shut our account down because we've got this, 90-day-old bill that we know nothing about. Okay? So if anyone has any questions about that, please let me know. And I will be more than happy to, follow up with you. But main thing I want you to do is contact the buyer immediately. Reach out to them, establishing a relationship with them. We're in a season now where we're going to have at least 3 more buyers coming on board. I do want to introduce Miss Kayla Brownlee Norred, who is a new buyer. She is less than a week old. Yeah, so she's been on board about 4 days now, and we're excited to have her. So you need to wave your hand. Yeah. Yeah, so she's in here in the conference room with us. So you will see her name quite a bit. We have high expectations for us. And she comes very well spoken of from the revenue department. She worked out in Gardendale in the revenue department. So we're happy to have her, and we've got a couple more that will be coming on board in the near future, and we'll let you know who those people are also. Okay, so Miss Mitchell, Miss
Yes,
Harvey,
sir.
you guys have anything to add?
No, not at this time. I don't.
Okay.
No, sir, not at this time.
That means I must have done a wonderful job. What about the principal buyers?
Did.
We do have principal buyers on board. I do want you to give a shout out. Ms. Bell, you there?
Good morning, everyone. I don't have anything to add.
Okay, we got Mr. Lindsay and Miss Andrew on board that I can see. And so if you guys don't have anything else, I'm going to wrap this meeting up. But I do want to give you guys an opportunity to say something to our vendors. So do you guys have anything you want to say at this time?
I'm here. I already stepped into the conference room itself. I haven't said hello to the people online. You may or may not talk to me, but I'm Charles Lindsay, and I'm principal buyer. I do a lot of sheriff, do produce with Erica, a lot of pipe, sand, gravel, asphalt, road stuff, and junk like that. So you may or may not hear from me, but I'm pleased to meet you. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you so much. That's awesome. So thank you. I don't see any questions in our chat. So Miss Sarah, Miss Yolanda, I don't see any questions at this time. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. And thank you guys so much for letting me take up your time. Okay, what I want, Miss Yolanda, what I want you to do is reach out directly to Miss Mitchell. Reach out directly to Miss Mitchell, and she will walk you through all of our options. But please, before I go, I want you guys to start working on your PowerPoints. If you want to do the product webinar very, very soon, now's the time to be able to do it. And also, if you have not received any information from us with regard to deliveries during the World Games, let me know. You should have received some sort of email communication from us, because all of those streets, a lot of those streets, they're going to be shut down, rerouted. They're turning Richard Arrington Jr. Boulevard into a 2-way. And we do have a website from the city of Birmingham that we will give you that link, so you can go and see where all the road shutdowns and all of that will take place. So if you need that, please let me know. Is there anyone online that needs that now that I can make a note of?
Yes, I don't know that. I'm not sure that we've seen it at American Pipe. So
Okay.
if you could tell me.
Yeah, do me a favor. If you would type in your email address in chat,
Okay.
Miss Kayla is in charge of that project, and she will make sure she gets that information out to you. It will also contain a local map of just the courthouse area, because we do have some specific hours and things like that General Services wanted to share with everyone. And then we will also share that link to the City of Birmingham's website, so you will have that information too. Okay. Because that's going to be it's an exciting time, but it's also going to be a very challenging time with regard to getting around and moving around the city. So we also hope that you guys take some time off and go actually attend some of the World Games event. Because this is going to be one of probably the only times in our lifetime that this is actually going to be at our doorstep, where you don't have to travel to see it. Okay, but that's all I have. Miss Kayla has everyone's email address who needs to be sent that information. So I appreciate your time. I know that you guys are going to do well, and I want you to know that if you are having any issues, please reach out to us immediately so we can get you taken care of. Ms. Mitchell and Ms. Harville on the PACA side, they stand ready for Jefferson County proper, and the departments, the principal buyers are available to handle your needs. Okay. All right. So thank you very much, you guys. Have a good
Thank
day.
you, Michael.
Have a good day.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you and Godspeed to you.
Thanks
Have a good
again.
day.
You too. Bye.